Romans chapter 12, verse 2 is where I'll be tonight. Romans 12, 2. And I have a little bit of an object lesson, if you will, about this cube and finding and fulfilling God's will. This represents our life. So in Romans 12, chapter 2, Romans chapter 12, verse 2, it says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." So first, to do that, we have to find His will, and to find it, we always have to be searching.
Right.
So how this correlates is that there's a solution that you have to find, and usually before we start solving the cube, we have to look for the solution that we start doing. So we have to be looking for God's will for our life
Right.
that we should be finding.
Amen.
And nextly, we should learn what God's will looks like. I have a little bit of an example for that in 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 4. "Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions, rather than godly edifying which is in faith." So that says that we should be looking out for what God's will is to be for us, and to watch out for the false ways, like
Right.
to solve this, or in our case, to perfect and follow through with God's will. And now we have to learn how to do His will fully. So in order to do that, we have to learn that there's only one way to do God's will, and how that would correlate is that there's only one solved state for the cube to get through. There's only one way to have it solved completely, just like there's only way to complete God's will. And we also have to learn to follow through with it.
Right.
Check in Acts 13:36. It says, "For David, after he had served his own generation by the will of God, fell asleep and was laid unto his fathers and saw corruption." That is essentially saying that David was only able to be given rest, that he was only finished once he had completed God's work. You see here, that's not done. It's close, but you can't cut corners with God's will.
Right.
It has to be finished all the way. So in conclusion, God's special will for our life is to be sought after, singled out, and completed to the fullest extent.
Amen.
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 Now, hold on. You notice what he used? He used what's in his hand. He used what he knows.
Right.
He used what's familiar to him. You know what you didn't use? You didn't use like an atomic bomb. You didn't use nuclear medicine. You didn't use. No, I'm. It's kind of funny, right? But I'm driving a point home with this. He's able to look at what's in his hand, and it's a toy, right? But what's he seeing in the toy?
Right.
He's seeing the handiwork of God.
Right.
That's what we want for children. That's the point of. That's the point of Christian education. If we want to look at the world through a biblical lens, through a biblical worldview, we don't want to just see history as facts and a timeline. We want to see God's divine influence down through the ages. That's how we want to see history. So him using this as an object lesson, what it shows for me, okay, what I enjoyed about it was the fact that you're seeing God's design. You're seeing attributes of God in this right here.
Right.
And that's a wonderful thing, sir. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Miss Libby, you come sing for us. James chapter 2 is what will be tonight. James chapter 2.